Hey everyone, I just wanted to tune back in. The moon today is in Libra. It is a full moon. Considering the fact that this Libra moon, which represents air, so excuse the wind, but Libra moon is doing her thing, so I'm not going to complain about it. It feels great. Today it's a little bit hot, so it feels good to have that fresh breeze. I wanted to just remind everybody that life is cyclical, so remember that everything has a purpose. Thank you so much to everyone who was able to see the last video that I did. If you missed it, you can go to any of my social media platforms. I have posted it there. I am so grateful to everybody that reached out. It was really fun to be able to see some old friends and also to make some new friends. So thank you so much to everybody who shared some love, because that was a lot of fun. So also wanted to remind everybody about the cause that I brought up last time. I was talking about a nonprofit called Humans for Humans. That's the number 4, Humans for Humans. And I also wanted to just say that while the moon has been going from Cancer to Leo to Virgo to Libra, we've been on quite a journey. So when the moon was in Cancer, we were thinking about the home. When it was in Leo for 2.5 days, we were thinking about being strong and courageous and brave. So I know how much this week has required a lot more courage and bravery than usual. So good job to everybody for being brave and opening the heart and finding space for love. Because Leo rules the heart, which is responsible for love, like a child, like innocence that comes from inside when you're a child. And then when we went from Leo to Virgo, we started more of like the science mind, being more of the alchemist in our life. It also rules science, and so I wanted to speak about the fact that in Virgo energy, which was just the last 2.5 days before yesterday when the moon switched into Libra, we were considering our habits and our rituals and our daily practices, and that led me to wanting to bring up a company because there's a new owner for Easy Herbs. Her name is Corey Gusnowski, and it was most lately owned by Ellen Zimmerman, who are both herbalists, local. And so I'm really excited because, like I mentioned in the last video, we're thinking more about like sustainability right now, because we're watching a lot of things that we put a lot of stake in fall out. And the majority of the reason for things that are falling out right now is because of their lack of sustainability in the first place. So one thing that I challenged myself to do was find replacements for all of my products that I can source locally. So I am super excited to try some of the products that Corey is now representing through Easy Herbs, and you can find her on Instagram through ez_herbs.net, and she has some really great products, even some that really help soothe the nervous system. So I recommend you going to her website and checking them out. She can ship within the United States, but what I would recommend you do is find a local herbalist in your city that can help you find some homeopathic remedies to keep your nervous system calm right now. And I also wanted to express that as we go through these cycles, one thing that has been highlighted is hygiene through an asteroid called Hygeia, and she actually is the ruler of hygiene. And so if you go to oxfordastrologer.com, he actually has this really amazing article about Hygeia and what she represents, but basically she has a 5.5-year orbit, and she doesn't retrograde very often. And so it actually retrograded back in a period of time around early October in Gemini, which is where the north node of the moon will switch during the eclipses that are coming up in June. So, we've really had a lot of focus on, hygiene at this time. So it's all part of the cycle. So instead of fearing it, just, go with it. Like, go with the energies right now. Like, find products that you love that are local. Go into more of a sustainability mode when you're trying to think about your consumption, because it will be a lot easier right now, and it will create that change that I don't know, I don't think that I'm alone in the fact that it's time to make some serious changes. and I feel like right now is the best time to make them. There's so many opportunities now for connecting like never before. And I lastly just wanted to mention the fact that well, not lastly, there's two more things actually. Our mental health is super important at this time, because we can go into like, you know, super paranoia, super hypochondria mode, or we can just remember to breathe, which is what the lesson I feel like we're learning right now is through the nervous system, because Saturn and Mars recently moved into Aquarius, which is the ruler of the nervous system. And so I feel like the collective is how we learn. We learn as a collective consciously. And so I feel like we're all being asked right now to find ways to soothe our nervous system. So I look forward to sharing more products that I love that I am using locally, and also more practices that I use to keep myself grounded, because that is really the trick of the nervous system, is keeping yourself calm mentally affects your parasympathetic nervous system and allows you to ground and feel secure. So yeah, I wanted to just you know, the takeaways would be that hygiene is really what's being highlighted right now, and through the North Node also being in Cancer, it is time to reconnect to family, and we're really getting time to develop strategies in which to transact with one another that you know, create a new way for us to connect and transact. With the full moon being in Libra, I just wanted to let you know that for the next 2 weeks we will have energy kind of going towards the letting go of things. And so I encourage you to choose products that you can let go of, relationships that you can let go of, because Libra is all about relationships. It's that relationship with maybe people, products, things, you know, habits, health rituals, all these things that we're going more towards balance, because Libra represents balance. And we have Uranus over in Taurus, which is really making, you know, the stubborn change that we're usually maybe, you know, it's the change that we are least likely to make. With Uranus being there, which is spontaneity, maybe you're going to have a little bit of an easier time making some of these changes. So take it all as a positivity, that anything that you do right now will just encourage, you know, an easier transition into what it could mean to support our communities locally. So, like I said, if you're local in Austin, Texas, I would recommend checking out Easy Herbs, and if you're not able to find an herbalist locally, then she does ship within the United States. And I just wanted to also leave you with a question, which is just like, what are you doing in your local community right now to really connect? I'd love to know how you are, you know, what kind of relationships you are wanting to build in your community. Sorry, the wind kicked up and was blowing all my notes everywhere. Anyway, so with that being said, I look forward to seeing what kind of relationships you are interested in building in your local community, and looking forward to the next time.